Hello my dear students, once again welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing great and I hope you all are watching my video lessons regularly. So why don't you update me in the comment box along with your name, class and section. So students, as you all know that recently we have started with a new poem from your course book, that is poem number 6, The Eagle. We have already discussed the introduction and the first stanza of the poem. So students, today we will continue further by discussing the other stanzas of this poem. But before we do that, you have to do 3 things for me. And I hope you all remember those 3 things. Yes, you have to like the video, you have to subscribe to my channel, and you have to share the video lessons with your friends and classmates. So alright, let's get started. Students, let's begin with today's video lesson. Let's focus on second stanza of the poem. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls, he watches from his mountain walls, and like a thunderbolt he falls. So, who's him in these lines? The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. So, him is someone who is very powerful. And who's powerful in this stanza? Yes, it's eagle. So, the wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. So, under whom the sea is crawling? The sea is crawling under the eagle. Now, students, we need to understand that why so much of importance is being given to the eagle in this poem. What is the reason for that? Well, the answer is really clear. We should understand that this poem, The Eagle, is composed during the Romanticism period. So, Romanticism period was in 1800th century, right? So, it was the moment which was extremely powerful. So, during this moment, there were some romantic poets. So, there were some poets like William Wordsworth, John Keats, Alfred Lord Tennyson, etc. These were some poets who were believing that nature is beautiful and humans are the center of nature. So you understand that whatever inspiration those people were getting, they were getting it through whom? They were getting it through the nature. So these were the poets who believed that humans should get in touch with their inner soul. And how they can do this? By appreciating the beauty of nature. So this is the reason that why most of the poems has been dedicated to the beauty of nature. Okay, during this period they were writing because they were getting inspiration from the beauty of nature, right? They were appreciating the beauty of nature. This is the reason that why Alfred Lord Tennyson has dedicated this poem to the beauty of the eagle, because he has observed all these things while he was frequently visiting to Pyrenees, right, where he has noticed the activities of the eagle, right? Are you understanding this? So let's see this stanza. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls, he watches from his mountain walls, and like a thunderbolt he falls. So this eagle, he was feeling himself as very powerful, right? Why do you think that he was watching them from the mountains? It seems he watches from his mountain walls. So he was at his perch, right? He was sitting on the top of the mountain, and from there he was noticing each and everything over there, right? He was observing that what's going on below and around him. So this is the reason. This is the reason that this eagle is so high up and the sea appears to be covered in wrinkles. The waves of the sea seems as if it is covered with wrinkles. Okay, are you understanding this? He watches from his mountain walls and like a thunderbolt he falls. But what happened in the last line of the poem? What happens? The last line is very powerful and we need to understand this. Why it is powerful? Because all of a sudden the eagle drops from his perch. So students, what can be the reason that he falls from his perch? What can be the reason for that? So the reason can be that although we know that the eagle is very powerful, the eagle is containing all the majestic powers, but even though we need to understand that sometimes it happens that even the most majestic creatures have limitation. So here we need to understand that even though we know that this eagle was very powerful in the poem, right? But then also at certain time it also has some limitation, right? This is the reason that why eagle drops from the perch, right? He was dropped from his perch, maybe because he was looking for his prey, right? And this is the reason that why towards the end this eagle dives to the water, right? This is the reason that why he tried to do so, because maybe he was waiting there on the top of the mountain, he was looking around and he was noticing that whenever his prey will come, he will go and attack that, right? So perhaps he was going there to catch the prey. So this is the reason that we can understand that all of a sudden the eagle drops from his perch, right? Are you getting it? So it happens with us also that we all have certain limitations in our lives, right? It could be death or some other kind of limitation, but we all have, right? We all are powerful, but in some phases of our life, we need to understand that there are some limitations in our life. Okay? Are you understanding this? Students, the last line also shows the power of the eagle. Now, how we can say that it shows the power of the eagle? Because it says, and like a thunderbolt, he falls. So, how this eagle is falling? He was falling like the thunderbolt. So, it means that it shows the power of the eagle, that his speed is immediate, like a thunderbolt. I hope you all know what's thunderbolt. It's a flash of lightning with a crash of thunder. Okay, so basically here they are talking about the speed, that although we know that he has certain limitation, but even in the end it shows the power, because eagle contains majestic power, right? Students, let's see the key points of second stanza. Point number 1, the second stanza shows the only action of the eagle. The eagle is so high up that the sea appears to be covered in wrinkles. So what does it mean? It means that the sea is crawling under the eagle. Point number 2, the eagle is high above everything else to watch what's going on below and around him. So he was sitting on the top of the mountain to observe the activities which were going on around him. Okay. Number 3, the last line of the poem is very powerful, as all of a sudden the eagle drops from his perch. So he falls, maybe in search of prey. Okay. Now student, comes the very important point, the theme of the poem. The theme is that even the most majestic or powerful creatures have limitations in life. Okay. He falls. This symbolizes a fact of the limitations of life. It could be any limitation. It could be death or some other kind of limitation. Okay. So students, that's it for today's class. Now I'll meet you all in the next video lesson. Till then, keep on completing your work and keep on learning. And yes, before going, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed, and share the video lessons with your friends and classmates. Goodbye. Take care.